and Assalamualaikum to my lecturer, Dr. Anas. My name is Nurul Aina Adriana binti Norazmi from RBA 2434B. Today, we will present to you an article review that related with perception and decision making. Let me start with the abstract. This article review examines the connections of the perception and the decision making. To explain the effect of strong leadership, Malaysian child social workers, politician behavior, standpoint of the nurses, managers of small and medium-sized firms, the community in La Nakuantanang municipality, and also the director towards the decision-making process. It's important to be aware of the influence of our decisions will have and understand what the human cost will be. The main of this article is perception and decision making in Malaysia and also in overseas. Vincent Jamison 2021 highlighted how perception-based judgment can negatively impact a leader's capacity to lead in decision making, especially in the case of political leaders. Habibi Ibrahim 2016, the author investigates how emotions influence decision making. The result shows that emotions are typically seen as a bad and destructive factor while making decisions. Decision-making process used by Malaysian managers of small and medium-sized enterprise when deciding their participation in government-sponsored training program by Hana Hamidi 2021 highlights that in contrast to many other developing nations, Malaysia too faces certain challenges. Khairul Nizam Muhammad Noor and other researchers have studied the decision-making styles of Deputy Vice Chancellors in Malaysian public universities and how they affect academics' organizational commitment and satisfaction. Simon Hermit 2020, the importance of perceptions and decision-making in relation to the business under investigations is examined in this article. It claims that some of the elements that go into perceptions are experience, intuitions, selective perceptions, mental filters, thinking belief, expectations, needs, knowledge, prior information, and circumstance.
Firstly, Now Benjona 2017 stated that identified issues include the assessment of personal, organizational, and national growth and development need competent leadership. Next, Habibi Ibrahim and Sally Johnson 2016 stated that concern in this article include Malaysia child social workers' perspective of the significance of emotion in decision-making process. Vincent Jamison 2021 stated that identifies a very significant concern about perception-based choices and how they affect the effectiveness of leadership include moral dilemma, immorality, perception transfer, risky conduct, and perception assessment. After that, Sharifah Madiyah 2022 stated to determine that the problem is the nursing care's lack of emphasis on patient participation in decision making. In addition, author Khairul Nizam Muhammad Noori 2013 stated the connection between job satisfaction and organizational commitment at Malaysian Public University with a focus on Deputy Vice Chancellor decision making style. Next is Hana Hamidi 2022 reported about the SME managers also have difficulties in offering staff training and development opportunity due to lack of resources, intricate decision-making procedure, a lack of knowledge about business environment, and a dependence on instinct and experience. Meanwhile, Min Hong and Verlin 2019 stated that the effect of the perceived decision-making styles on evaluation on openness and competence that elicit collaboration. Marajek AA 2020 stated that the examine how people view entrepreneurship, how decisions about future venture creation are influenced by past experience, and what obstacles at entrepreneurial businesses may encounter when making decision making. For the next article, author Khalid Zainuddin 2021 stated the crucial perspective of public planners on community involvement and operational decision making in Iskandar, Malaysia, and low level of community technical expertise. Lastly, by Herman Simon 2020 stated that the influence of perception on decision making in direct teamwork, particularly in the setting of a land passenger public transport firm in Mexico City. So, according to the findings of the study, we can see that there are many issues that arise where we want to make a decision making and perception that we need to make to count on it. In all, this article shows various factors can affect perception and decision making itself, just whether in Malaysia or other country. On the whole, research show that emotion also can make effect to decision making include the community involvement, such as in article Habibi Ibrahim and Sally Johnson. Also 7 article Miho and Berlin, and the 9th article Khalid Zainuddin. As in Khalid Zainuddin, they analyzed using in-depth interview with public planners. The results show that 94.5% can influence the result of decision making.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurul Nabila Hazira binti Hamdani. The author used a variety of methods to collect data for their research. The most common method was used questionnaire, which were used by North Benjoma 2016, Sharifah Madia Said Mota ETAL 2022, Khairuniza Muhammad Noor 2013, Mary J. A. O'Curia 2020, and Hermet Simon 2020. Some authors also used quantitative method to collect data from respondents such as gender, age, ethnic background, and service tier. These authors were North Benjoma 2016 and Khairuniza Muhammad Noor 2013. Other authors used qualitative methods to collect data such as conducting criteria for big data sets to be observed. These authors were Habibi Ibrahim ETAL 2016, Hannah Hamidi 2021, and Mary J. A. O'Curia 2020. Now, I will discuss and analyze about the finding from the issue identification. Firstly, the issue of Malaysian child social workers' opinion on how emotion factor into decision making have been discussed by Habibi Ibrahim ETAL 2016. North Benjamin 2017 observed that his primary objective is to encourage an individual growth and development so they may make wise decision. Vincent Jamieson 2020 discussed how perception transfer can help people and reinforce unfavorable opinions and examines political leaders' moral dilemma when depending on perception-based performance. The author Sharifah Madia ETL 2022 looked at the issue of patient participation in nursing care decision making while taking the result into mind. Furthermore, Khairuniza Muhammad Noor 2013 studied the relationship between management and leadership decision making style and organizational commitment and work satisfaction at Malaysian Public University, as well as the impact of Deputy Vice Chancellor DVCS decision-making style on these academic variables. The attempt to encourage small firms to participate in training programs and the unclear decision-making process are the two topics that are reviewed and appraised by Hannah Hamidi 2021. Ming Hong and Berlin 2019, manipulating decision-making style and measuring perceived competence and openness can also affect this perception. Mary J. A. O'Curia 2020 have been discussed how their prior management experience with already existing business affected their choice to launch their business. Thus, Khalid Zainuddin ETL 2021, effective community participation in urban planning helps the local planning authority in making a better decision. Lastly, focus is on how perception affect guiding work decision making have been discussed by Hermet Simon 2020. The author used a variety of methods to analyze the data. The most common method was thematic analysis, which was used by Habibi Ibrahim ETL 2016, Mary J. A. O'Curia 2020, Khalid Zainuddin ETL 2021, and Hermet Simon 2020. Some authors also use statistic package for social science SPSS to analyze the data, such as Sharifah Mardia ETL 2022. Other authors use descriptive analysis to identify trend and relationship in their data, such as Khairuniza Muhammad Noor 2013 and Hannah Hamidi 2021. Next, cognitive task analysis has been used by Vincent Jamieson 2020 to underlie observed behavior. Lastly, empirical analysis has been used by Hermet Simon 2020. It requires evidence to prove any theory. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Here come to the conclusion. According to the author research, having a happy working atmosphere may help employees make important decisions for the company and foster a favorable perception. The author comes to the conclusion that incorporating emotions into professional work is harmful and destructive. The author wrapped up by discussion the potential harm that viewpoint transfer onto followers may due to a person's long-term mental health and interpersonal relationship. The importance of measuring how much judgment is dependent on perception is also discussed in the conclusion, especially when evaluating the efficiency of a leader. So the author comes to the conclusion that there is a need to improve nurses' comprehension of the benefits and worth of including patients and indecision regarding their nursing care. This article conclusion stated that the study's objective is to ascertain academic or professional commitment and work satisfaction level of Malaysian public university, as well as how this factor relate to Deputy Vice Chancellor DVC's decision-making method. The objective of this study are to better understand the process and discover how SME manager deal with it. As a result, readers need to consider the data offered and determine whether these decision-making processes are applicable to their own processes for handling the issue facing other SMEs. To draw conclusion about the relationship between assessment of reciprocal cooperation, opinions of competence and openness, and opinion of decision-making style, the result implied that by increasing views of openness and competence, those who are thought to have a logical decision-making style may be more successful in promoting collaboration. Based on the attitude, experience, and challenge faced by Ghanaian business owner, the research conclude that successful business owners have certain traits in common. This trait include a willingness to take calculated risks, the ability to network with the industry professional for support, and a strong desire to grow their companies. The community's interests are not effectively taken into account in planning and operational decision by Iskandar Malaysia due to the ineffectiveness of the present community engagement practices. Therefore, changes to participatory processes are necessary to ensure a more sustainable and inclusive planning and decision-making environment. Herman Seiman 2022 draws the conclusion that in order to enhance the result of women's strategic planning, a more true approach to theory and decision-making is required. It also emphasized the importance of integration in the decision-making processes and acknowledged that there is still more to learn in this field. Here's come to the recommendation. The author recommends that future researchers concentrate on the relationship between decision-making style, perceived effectiveness, and the relationship construct of control, mutuality, satisfaction, trust, and commitment in the development of the institution in order to address the research question in this article by Philip Gilligan, Sally Johnson, and Habibi Ibrahim 2016. It is suggested that further research be conducted to look at how expressing emotions affect Malaysian child social worker ability to make decisions. By Vincent Jamieson 2021, the author claimed that evaluating the extent of perception-based decision-making is crucial to determining the efficiency of leadership. So this evaluation may be used to analyze the impact of perception transfer and hold leaders accountable for their deeds. Next, the author recommends that nurses pursue training and education in order to improve their understanding, viewpoint, and practices about patient participation in nursing care decision-making. This might improve outcome and patient satisfaction while furthering patient-centered care. In addition, healthcare facilities must provide a friendly environment to encourage and facilitate patient involvement in decision-making. It is suggested to enhance management and leadership decision-making method by utilizing the data presented in Khairul Nizam Muhammad Nur work, Deputy Vice Chancellor, or to apply effective decision-making strategies that promote worker commitment and satisfaction. In order to take into the preference of small and medium-sized businesses for on-the-job training, Malaysian HRDF have discussed with governmental organization. It also offer a more structured procedure that enable SMEs to design training program that are specifically tailored to the needs. In order to more clearly distinguish the impact of perceived decision-making style on competence and openness assessment that foster cooperation, the author of this study recommend adjusting for any confounding variable. Future research may include a validated measure of decision-making style, perception, and assessment. Using validated measurement can also help to increase the study's validity and reliability. The author suggested emphasizing in this essay how crucial customer happiness to a company's success. Therefore, those who are thinking about launching their own companies have to put a high value on client pleasure and make sure that their goods and services align to the demands of the target market. Lastly, keep yourself updated on market changes. That's all from us. Thank you.